Hey, it's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. I've got an interesting one for you today. So as you'll see behind me, we got the M6 101 with an actual rear snowblower on the front of this M6. So let's talk about how that happens, and then we're actually going to take it right out and demo it so you can see how it actually functions. So stick with us, let's have a conversation about what's behind me. Oh, my face is frozen. Wow. If you can't tell, it's cold out here today, so it's very cold. Okay, so what we have here behind me is the M6 101. So that's a 100 horsepower Kubota with the power shift and everything. It's, you know, it's a very deluxe tractor. It's what you kind of need to get up to this size of snowblower on the front. What is on the front here to make this all happen is a Zuidberg front PTO front hitch kind of idea. So basically just kind of a drop box kind of on the front, you know, it brings a PTO to the front instead of coming out the rear. Usually you see these operate with hay equipment stuff, so you kind of get a, you know, that 6 months usage out of it. And then on top of that, if you put a front snowblower on the front and do some commercial snow blowing, now you get to use this all year round. Basically, it says exact same as a 3-point hitch, just on the front. It's going to give you that same PTO horsepower. You're not going to really see any droppage there. It's a very efficient way of blowing it, or moving snow, or, you know, running a front disc mower conditioner on the front. It's all going to do all that. It's usually what you're going to see on the front, you know, that fancy butterfly mower. Well, I live up here in Canada, and well, as you can see today, it's minus 30. We got about 30 centimeters of snow out here. So we put a it's actually a rear snowblower on the front, and you're able to do that with quite a few different implements to make it function and work properly. What snowblower we have on the front is actually oversized for it. It's probably too big of a blower, but it's what we have used here, and it's what we normally use to move snow. So it's 108 inches wide, and it's an E108-310 from Normand, and it's in the Econor series. So kind of a not their N series, which is their very deluxe blowers. It's kind of their Econor, more run-of-the-mill kind of snowblower. So it does have a 31-inch fan blowing that snow out there. So it moves a lot of snow really quickly and very efficiently. You'll see here too is that we have hydraulic rotate and hydraulic deflector. Normally you would see a bunch of hydraulic connections there coming out front and then running off the actual rear. We have it actually all running off the side, which is the hydraulic set for your loader, so that you can go left to right, up and down, all on the hydraulics for your loader. It's kind of a cleaner way of doing it. There's multiple different ways of doing it, to be honest, whether it's out the front, out the back, to make these implements run. Sometimes whenever you get into those big butterfly mowers, you need 3 or 4 different connections, so you'd be using your hydraulic set and then hydraulics off the front and off the rear. So like I said, a lot of different ways to run your hydraulics. We have chosen to run it off a hydraulic set for a loader to kind of clean it up, to make it nice and function nice and easily. One thing you should know about all this: very expensive to do. Blower, whatever blower you put on the front, not too bad. It's this midsection for that Zuidberg front PTO. It's rather expensive to use, it's expensive to run, but it's kind of neat to bring it to you. And that's what we're going to do today. So, you know, that's kind of a quick overview of what we have going on here. Now let's actually jump out and use it, because it's kind of awesome to see this big tractor moving a lot of snow really quickly. Okay, so that brings the end of today's video. It's always awesome to bring that to you. Again, this is definitely not something you're gonna see throughout North America. It's very select places where you're gonna actually see a front snowblower on the front of this big tractor. Again, it moved a lot of snow really quickly. It performed amazing. It's easy, simple, or looks easy, simple. It's very expensive to do, but it's neat. That's why we made a YouTube video of it. No other reason other than it's really neat to see this thing in action. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you.